At this juncture, you have a couple of decisions to make. Do you want the longer reeds on the left side, and therefore, these numbers, by the way, I used a labeling machine to put these labels on, but my understanding is Dick is working on a labeling system. But I like things to be where they're supposed to be, so I want my number 1 to represent the 1 reed. Well, if you notice on the draw, the reed points away from you. And what that means is that you have to put your reed tool behind the unit or underneath the delta wing. So it requires a little bit more dexterity, but the 1 is a 1, 2 is a 2, so forth and so on. Now if that's not important to you, what's more important is to have the free end of the reeds facing you, then you have to put the long reeds on the far right side. Okay, so now your 1 reed is actually number 10 on the slider. So I'm going to do it my way, and you decide. You decide what works best for you. Okay, so again, with my finger, my index and my middle finger, I'm going to apply pressure down on the delta wing, and then with my thumb, pry up. Okay, line it up against the index pins, 2 on the back, 1 on the left side. Okay, but I got to make sure everything lines up. If you blow it and it goes click, 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 let me demonstrate if you got it wrong. Okay. It sounds like a Mustang, all right? That's wrong. It's not lined up. Yeah, that's perfect. And I'll check it all the way across the top just to be sure. Again, on our draw plate, reed number 2, that's going to be your root note. In this particular case is G, so we're in our G scale, okay? Yeah, I know the reed is pointing away from me, but I'll show you how to do it. It's a little clumsy at first. It didn't take me long to adjust. Okay, you see, even though that arrow turned green, you saw I was negative 3. I was flat, okay? And I wanted this to be 0, straight up. So what do? I take metal off of the free end. Here the dentist tool is a little hard to reach in there. You know, you end up hitting the pins till you get used to it. So maybe you want to pull out your jeweler's file first time around. So I'm going to reach behind, and I have to clear that index pin. There we go, okay? And I come in at an angle, and I'm going to work at the end of it. Remember to support. Remember to support the reed. You don't want to twist it and damage it. Okay? Again. Uh-oh. What happened there? Did you notice I just closed the black relief valves? Forgot to do that. What the heck? Okay, now what's happening over here is I was a little bit too aggressive with the filing, I think, and so maybe a little burr is on the end of the reed, and it's probably hitting the Reedplate. Let's see. I'm going to pull it out because it's the only way I can tell. And if I had my light table, I'll be able to look at it. But in this particular case, I'm going to just look up here. Oh, what I actually did is I was too aggressive, and as I slid my file this way, I actually pushed the reed over. So there's no burr, it just simply moved off of his axis. It's not an issue. I'm going to reach, grab for my wrench, and then life will be a piece of cake after that. Okay, here we go. And again, pointing it up to the light. And we did this in an earlier segment. Remember, it's just a miniature. This one came from my Honer toolkit. It's actually a reed plinker as well that I could easily replace with this one. In fact, I will. I'll retire the other one for just a bit. And let's straighten this out. Okay, sounding better. That sounds clear. Let's try it. Make sure there wasn't any other nasties in there. I'm glad that happened, because if I didn't talk about that, you would send me a nasty email. So that's how you correct it. All of the skills that you learned in prior Harp Tech apply. They're all the same. We just simply have a tuning table to expedite and make things more efficient.